It's the it's the 5th anniversary of Flea Market Madness.
A day to celebrate.
A day to celebrate. It was actually, I think I actually uploaded it on the 17th or 16th of YouTube. People don't notice unless you hear the commentary of Volume 1 of my DVD, Volume 1/2. The Flea Market Madness that I shot in Englishtown, New Jersey. It was the first thing I ever shot in terms of this quote-unquote YouTube thing going on. It was before I even shot the Baseball Stars episode. I think I shot it a few days before or the week before. And so I just did it on a lark. I'm like, I love flea markets. I love flea markets. And why don't I just film it? You know, nowadays, everyone does it. Back then, no one was doing it. You know, and I shot it, and I wasn't even satisfied with what I even captured. I was like, this is garbage. Like, who wants to watch me walk around literally in dirt and make deals for games? And you know what I mean? Like, who's going to watch that? So I didn't edit it for a year. I didn't edit it till June of 2009. And by that point, I've been doing videos for a year. I had done like the M82, not the M82. I did the Black Box games and Baseball Stars and Russian Attack where I fight Rob. So I'm like, okay, let's come out with this. And so I put it up, and it got a massive response, especially on game trailers. I think I put it up on game trailers months later. It got like 25,000 views or 30,000 views in a day on game trailers. And I guess people, you take it for granted now, but people just weren't used to seeing something like that. Especially, I guess, if you're not from an area that has flea markets and game deals. And in 2009, retro game collecting wasn't nearly where it is now, not even close. So maybe that has something to do with it too?
I've always commented during marathons and things like that a lot of your fan base, I mean, I'm not saying all of it, but there's a good chunk of your fan base that's overseas, where something like a flea market is probably completely unknown. And I mean, you can't discount the fact that people love watching reality television, which is what this is. I mean, there's a whole, Flea Market Madness, I mean, there's a whole genre of that sort of reality TV that's huge, you know, people, you know, going around making deals, finding treasure where you're not expecting to. So, I mean, to me, it makes sense that it got popular for a couple of reasons.
Yeah, again, I think it's just people were fascinated just by the whole, wow, a guy's out looking for game deals. You know, I'm not saying I was the first to ever film myself at a flea market. That's not true. I think at the time, I remember seeing a video on YouTube by some guy. He had like the really bad, I think, spy glasses. I mean, they were crappy. Now they're good. Back in 2008, 2009, they were terrible. They were like from China, and like they broke. I had a pair that broke.
Yeah. A
few of my Flea Market Madnesses, like I think 2, 3, and 4, I shot with these really cheap glasses from China that like broke. And I had one. I had.
Remember, I was so angry with. I had broke too.
Yeah, because I filmed an entire Flea Market Madness. It was a good episode, like fun stuff with Frank. And then
you're like, Frank was dancing to war, and you're like, it's all gone. Yeah,
it was all gone. It was all corrupted, like the internal hard drive on this stupid thing. But anyway, the point was that I think he was in Texas, and he went around and he walked around a swap meet or flea market, and that's what he did. And I'm like, oh, okay. So like there was really no one doing the videos at the time. And so it's weird putting this out. I know I don't put them out as often as other people, but people do now pick up videos, and people go to thrift stores, you know, looking for games. And obviously, you know, I'm not saying I own the whole right to do this, but you know, I was a pioneer. I'm gonna pat myself in the back a little bit. I have to, but I think what happened was I got away from it. I mean, I've only averaged about doing 3 or 4 a year, and I gotta sort of do more. I do realize I have to do more. Not so much that people know that I've done it, but I'm like 2 years behind. So
I was gonna say, don't you have quite the backlog?
Oh yeah, that's why I used to joke. I used to joke like online. I'm like, yeah, I just shot Flea Market Madness 22, and it's not far from the truth because this is the 18th one, and I'm 2 years behind in editing. And that's what people don't realize. So like when people see, like, I remember like one of the ones was like Demon's Crest that I passed up on a video that came out like a year ago. It was like $20. And when I originally shot it, that wasn't that much of a deal. It was like, when I shot that like 2.5 years ago, whenever I shot it, it was like a $30 game. So I'm like, 20, 30. But by the time it aired, that was like an $80 game. So people were like screaming, why didn't you buy that? And that's like the danger I'm in now. It shows that even 2 years later, you know, you have this sort of weird thing going on like that.
That's seriously a chunk of your videos that I haven't watched, but I think it would actually be fun now that you've mentioned that to go through and see them, like
see what I passed up.
Yeah, see what you passed up, or just see what the prices were 2 years ago compared to what they are now.
Like there was even like a game, I think, what is it for PS2, Hack Mutation or something?
Dot Hack. There's a whole series of them. Yeah, I can't remember which one the fourth one is, but
I think now they're worth like $20 or $15. I came across both of them. I never saw them before. There's 4 of them. Yeah. Well, anyway, I found two of them, and I didn't buy them because I remember they wanted like $4 or $5 each. At the time, that's what they were worth. So I was like, I'm not getting a deal. Now I would probably buy them because, they're more valuable, maybe harder to find. And I've seen them since those two games, that I came across. So it's just that's a funny part of it. And unfortunately, some of that I have to like keep out because it's like people think I'm an idiot for not buying some of this stuff.
Right.
Because it's so far later. So yeah, it's the 5th anniversary. The video, it's going to be here. It's going to be here. To click on it, by the time you hear this, it's going to be out. So hope you enjoy it. There's some fancy new stuff going forward. I will put these out more often than before. Maybe not once a month, but at least once every 2 months. They're going to work into the rotation more. Unfortunately, though, even in the past 5 years, like the flea markets have dried up.
Yeah.
Largely. And I've spoken about this every single convention I've gone to where we have a video game collecting 101 panel. It's a lot of reasons. Obviously, once you hit like 2010, there was another sort of jump up in the market. And again, I would think in 2012 it jumped up even more. But everyone has smartphones now. So basically what that means is that anyone who's going to even have a garage sale, use a flea market as a garage sale, they are going to they can check the prices on stuff. Before they couldn't a few years, even 3 years ago. Not everyone had smartphones. Now everyone does, and that's a big part of that. So it's harder to get deals, and plus you have more people because of smartphones now looking and picking up games.
That's what I was gonna say.
That's
the serious people are gonna look at a table of games that someone didn't check over, and they're gonna check over each and every one to make sure that it's not some weird rare PlayStation 1 game that's worth $50.
Not just that, because now you have the guys that used to just buy DVDs and sell them, or movies or whatever. Now they're looking at all the games too. So it's a whole influx of another market that was not there before, because before you had to have the knowledge in your head.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a leg up on everyone, and now guys that get into it, for their own side hobby or business, we're almost on even a playing field. Not entirely. There's still some stuff they don't know if they're going to look it up. You know what I mean? Or else see something they know before they look it up. But you know what I mean. But anyway, so that's Flea Market Madness 5th anniversary. It's yeah.
I wish I had one of those little poppers.
What?
Yay, the ones that make like the little confetti.
Oh, I have a birthday little. Those little horn things.
Nice.
I should have brought that.
I should have thought about that, but I'm not getting up to get them.